Hello, chat. Welcome to the game. You know, I want to talk to you about something. Actually, I just want to yap. So that's a lot of pumpkins. And today I want to talk about some very interesting things. Just let me do something first. This, then game mode survival. Okay, now I'm just going to yup while doing this. So, I want to talk about free speech. You know, the CEO of Telegram was arrested in Paris recently. He was freed, I think. But then, people start talking about like free speech. Like, oh man, this, whatever, free speech. This is an attack against free speech or whatever. So Elon Musk talking about this all the time. And people seems to be very attached to the idea of free speech. Like, oh, it's important to have free speech. But you know what? I disagree. I am actually against free speech. Because most of you, motherfucker, needs to stay silent. You should stay quiet. Some of the things you fucking say, it's insane. It's so fucking dumb. You know, sometimes I think social media should have like an IQ test to be able to post things, you know. Or maybe there should be a badge above your name saying like you're a dumbass. I'm a dumbass, don't take things I say seriously. But I mean, no, seriously. Like, I mean, I say this as a joke. You know, it's like, sure. Anyone should be open to say like things they want to say, and you know, sometimes I wonder about like hate speech. You know, there's like a limit to free speech. It's like freedom like stops when it's taking away the freedom of other people or something like this. And but I was actually wondering that maybe we should let people say like what they really think, even if it's kind of hateful. Maybe like being open about what people really think and believe can maybe help resolve some issue. I mean, one, you can actually like know, like, you know, if someone is like a racist or potentially like dangerous, if they're like straight up open about it, at least you know, it can be a good thing to be aware of. It's like at least you know what they're thinking, so you can kind of put them on a watch list. And then yeah, you can always discuss and have a discussion and talk about things and why and the way people think might not be the right way to think, or it might be dangerous, or it might lead to bad outcome, or you know, how to process someone's feeling in a way that is not hurtful. Maybe that can actually make sense. So it's like, should we really like have free speech in like you can say whatever, and then the way you actually react to it is is kind of your problem, you know. It's like, I feel like people don't know how to communicate anymore. I mean, it's not like they actually know how to do it ever, but um, like people don't discuss. They don't have conversations. They debate, they argue, but they don't try to understand each other. They don't try to like actually try to understand what someone is saying. It's like they're not flexible. It's like if you want to actually communicate, you cannot actually go to in this person way. Like if someone tells you something you disagree with, you should kind of embark in a journey to try and understand their point of view. And you should even try yourself to make arguments for the thing you disagree with, so you can actually understand it more and better and say, oh, well, actually, maybe they got a point about this and this and this. And then if you like see there's all in your like arguments, you can maybe give better counter arguments. But you shouldn't really reject what someone says, you know? And I really have this feeling that today people just disagree about everything and anything, and they don't want to agree on anything. And people even seek like disagreements. They want to disagree. They want to get angry. They want to get mad. And I mean, I'm not blaming anyone for doing this, because it's like it's kind of how social media works, and now social medias are very present in people's life. So people want some views and some clicks, so they start baiting people into like some like stupid ideas. Or and also one other thing is social media really amplifies minorities. So if someone says something very stupid, or if there's something that happens to like very few people, then people start to believe it's like everybody is like this. You know, it's like Intel's. You know, it's like there's like this podcast on YouTube, or I don't know. Like every time I see a clip of this YouTube channel or TikTok about it, or I see it on Twitter, it's so stupid. It's makes me sad, man. It's like a bunch of guys who like invite a bunch of women, and I mean this is kind of, it's pretty fake too. And then women say some dumb shit, and then they're like, "Oh, all women are gold diggers. They're dumb and useless and whatever." It's kind of baiting like people and insult to like believe that women are a certain way, and they have unrealistic. It just creates this weird environment of like fake perceptions of things. It's like, yeah, maybe few girls think like this, but it's not like everyone think like this. It's not like, oh, I will never get a girlfriend because she want me to earn like 500k or whatever. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, it's not because there's one dumb like baiting podcast that invites some random degenerates that this is true for everyone. Like, this is just a bait. This is bait for engagement. Like, that is crazy. It's like the gender. Like, why is everybody so obsessed about like gender? Like, oh, like that's literally a minority. Like, if people like want to have a certain gender, like so be it. Like who cares? Like, that's really like how many people do you actually met that like are non-binary or some shit? And if they are, like, who cares? Like, holy shit, how is that an issue to you? Like, why do you have to go out of your way to like tell people how like this is not right? Or like, Jesus. You know, how about you try to like understand their point of view and see, and then does it change anything to your life? No. So why do you care so much about it? Like, I don't get it. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, free speech, is it really a good idea? Yeah, it probably is, but like, people are not reasonable. People are just being stupid, and I mean, I guess people on the internet like just say some dumb shit. Man, fuck you. So, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, sometimes I see like comments or tweets or videos, and then I'm like, people need to shut up. Like, really. It's like, how the fuck do you even think that way? It's like, how does it make sense? Like, I don't know, recently, like yesterday, I mean, I don't remember what it was exactly. I saw a comment on a YouTube video and I was like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, how can you be that stupid? Like, and a different comment was about a pianist who like play really difficult piano pieces. And I mean, it was an old video, and it's about like drum piano. And I mean, if you know anything about piano, like you can tell like this guy is a world class pianist. Like, this guy is a serious player. This guy is not a nobody. He's not like, you can tell. You can clearly tell. You have all the evidence that tells you that this guy is really, really good. And I mean, people actually figure out like he's I don't know if he's very famous, but he's definitely a kind of a famous Korean piano player, and he's very good. And you can tell it's very like yeah, it's kind of obvious. And so on this like old video, when people didn't actually know his identity, there are like someone that were very dedicated to say like, oh man, his videos are fake, they are sped up, it's not real. Or there were another comment of someone else saying like that this is not possible, like there must be several people like running this channel, this can't be possible. It's like, yeah, it is. It's not because you can't conceive that someone has actually like skills, you know, that they develop after like a lot of like time and effort and years of like hard work. It's not because you can't conceive that it's fake. It's not real. Like I don't know why you feel the need of like given your like clueless opinion about something. It's like I mean, if you can't tell this is legit, I don't know what's going on. It's like some people believe the dumbest shit, but the things that are pretty obvious are like right. They just don't believe it. So I don't know. It's like, you know, if you think it's fake, just don't interact with it. Just ignore it, and at least you will not look like a dumbass who know nothing about nothing. You know, it's like you don't have to like say everything you think, that everything that goes through your mind. I mean, you can do it. You can do what I'm doing right now. Like just yap some bullshit or live stream it, make a video about it, and nobody is going to watch it anymore anyway. So who cares? You know, me, I'm just doing it because I'm trying to get more comfortable speaking in English and actually, you know, like speak and be kind of, yeah, I'm not going to be able to say it, but I'm trying to be able like to, you know, kind of play games and do something and still being able to hold the conversation. That's kind of a skill to get, like kind of get comfortable speaking and doing things and get at a certain level of fluency and where I can hold a conversation that is not completely boring and I can make myself like, you know, maybe a little bit entertaining. You know, I'm trying to create some content and I would like to not be completely boring when I do it. You know, like talking is like a very important skills that you need to develop. And I'm not good at talking. So that's why I'm doing this really stupid video when I can. I mean, to be fair, I should try to like do this every day, maybe. But I tried to do too many things. And yeah, that is not good. You know, I should really try to focus on one thing, but I'm not doing it. So yeah, I think I'll let's say what I want to talk about. So I'm probably going to stop right there. But I'm probably going to keep enjoy. I'm gonna keep enjoying. I'm gonna keep enjoying this. This is somehow enjoying to do this. Or maybe I can yap about other things, you know. Yeah, you know what? Let's yap about some dumb shit again. What can I talk about? Being like failure. Oh, but that's, you know, failing, being a loser. Oh, how to be cracked. You know, on Twitter, I've been starting to interact with like software engineers that kind of meme about like being cracked, like being very good, like working really hard to get very good. And I like the mentality of these guys. You know, the thing is, if you want to get good, or maybe, yeah, I can discuss about like learning. If you want to get good, if you want to learn things, well, you have to be able or acknowledge that you're not going to be good. Like you are going to suck at things. You know, if you want to be a winner, you need to be a loser. You're not going to go to your first competition and win because some people are just better. They have already more experience and spend more time learning what you're trying to get good at. So whenever you do something, you learn something new, you're like, or as an engineer, like you build something, you try to build something, you need to be ready to do things that are not good, that just suck, and you're going to make mistakes, and that's perfectly fine. You kind of have to keep this mindset of when you do something, you are bad at it, and that's perfectly fine. And actually, I think you should kind of keep this mindset for kind of the rest of your life. Like at anything you do, it's like, even if you get pretty good at something, you should keep in mind that you can be better. And it's not because you acquire a certain level of skill that you should limit yourself to like only keep doing things you're good at. Like the thing I'm trying to say is like, if you get to a certain level and you like maybe get a title, like you're now a senior or you're an expert at something, or I think you should still give yourself the ability to be bad at it. Even if you're supposed to be like very good, even if you're supposed to have very like good skills to like a high level, I think you should still allow yourself to not be good at it. For example, if I'm an engineer and I'm supposed to know how to like do certain things the right way, I think I should still allow myself to do it in a way that is not good. And you say, why would you do this? Well, because it actually helps you innovate and find new ways to do things which may actually help you get better. If you build like websites, but one day instead of doing like the classic way that you know how to do and it's supposed to be the right way to do it or the best way, how about you try something new? And if you're trying something new, there's a good chance that it's not going to be good. But I think you should be comfortable with this idea that you can keep doing things that are bad, even if you're supposed to be like good at it. You need to keep this kind of beginner mindset where you're just trying to get things done, and if it fails, it fails. It's like it's not a big deal. And I've been struggling with this. It's like in software engineering, there's like always people trying to tell you like, oh, you should do this way, and if you do something different, then you're bad. It's not good, and people will look down on you. But the reality is, there's always someone who come up with a new solution to a problem that is better. So, like, people are just arrogant. They don't know. They don't know what's the best way to do it. They have a good way to do something. It doesn't mean it's the only and the best way. It's not the only right way to do things. And you should be willing to like question like people authority and experience. It's like, it's okay. It's not because you have that amount of experience that one, you know everything and I should listen to you. And it's not because you have been doing the same thing for 10 years that you shouldn't try to do things you're bad at. It's okay. So yeah, when it comes to learning, you and improving your skills, you kind of have to keep the idea that you need to try different things and you will fail a lot, and if you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. I mean, I can go on and on again, and I think I'm actually going to make a video about this, like about like how to learn as a software engineer. Let me get a shovel so I can keep talking. Kind of want to keep talking a little bit. I want a shovel, and I want a netherite shovel. And I want to enchant it. Efficiency 5. But maybe I should actually go on creative mode and start breaking these blocks. So yeah, I think I want to make a video about like, it's kind of, you know, I kind of have to make filler videos because I'm trying to get monetized. And thing is, I kind of want to mix like good videos that takes a lot of time to make and like smaller videos, and like talking about like how to learn as a software engineer can maybe be one of the filler videos. And the reality is, the truth is, I'm not really fast at learning thing. I'm pretty slow. And I might not have the best advice, but I think I'm able to recognize things I do that are kind of slowing me down. So I still think I can make and give reasonable advices. It's like I think the people that learn very fast are the one who don't really study. You know, I think if you want to get good at something, you need like a good balance between studying, like taking materials and like reading it, you know, studying, like you would study like physics or math or whatever, and practice, you know, practicing, like doing exercises. And for software engineers, practicing means building things. And studying is like reading documentation or reading a book or watching tutorials. And the people that are really fast at, let's say, learning are the one who don't really study and just start building things. The problem when you do that is you can develop bad habits. And a lot of the time, when I compare myself, like I like to study. I like to like learn a language or learn a technology by reading like the documentation or reading a book. And when I compare me with someone who like just built things and like try to figure it out along the way, my understanding is usually much better. Like I can tell someone doesn't know what's going on. Like they just brute force their way into like making something work. And you can like see that they just don't know what's going on. And I mean, it makes sense that they didn't took the time to like study and try to understand like whatever they're trying to like use. And so they end up doing a lot of things that like from someone who knows a little bit, You know, you can tell like you don't, they don't have any idea what they're doing. So they end up doing something that either like they kind of end up doing something that is not good. But you know, at the end of the day, it's like if you compare things, like they end up with practical experience, while you may just always be like just studying and reading a book and doing things. So it's like I'm not really sure. So like, who is actually faster? Like people would just build stuff by and then try to figure out along the way. Always end up doing more. So it seems to be more practical and have more like have better like practical skills, so they can get thing and stuff going faster. But if you take the time to study, you actually have a better understanding of thing, and then you can go fast to build things. It's like then you go faster because you kind of have a better idea of like what you're actually doing. But then who is faster, who is better? Don't really know. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, personally, I think there's a balance to have like between studying. You want to study because it helps you like understand things better. And ultimately, it will help you like build things. But if you spend too much time studying, you may just never really use the knowledge you acquired. So, yeah, it's not like I'm not 100% sure about this. But I think that would be one of the argument I have. Another one is like you need to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Like a lot of the time, you will build things you've never done before. You are going to like spend most of your time doing things you've never done before, and it's uncomfortable. It's really it doesn't feel good, you know, to like you need to build something, you need to get something, and you have no idea how to do it. And that pretty much happens almost every time you do something. It's like, I mean, personally, I almost never do the same thing twice. I do something, I solve a problem, and then I got a new one that I've never solved before. So it's always about like figuring out something. It's almost never the same thing. So it feels very uncomfortable. And especially if you're like using a technology you're not comfortable with, that you don't know very well. It's like, so you kind of need to develop like, you need to be okay with this. Like you need to be okay with the fact that you are not going to like understand everything you're doing. And sometimes it will be just awkward, and you will still have to brute force your way into like something that works. And I mean, honestly, that's something I got a hard time to do. And I've spent a lot of time studying, but I think I'm finally starting to like try to embrace this and like go and try things I'm not comfortable with, and still try to get something working. And I've been trying to use like AI to help me do this. Like, now you can kinda ask like ChatGPT to, you know, answer your question. or to give you examples, or to help you make something work. But I still feel like I'm not really good at using like AI because a lot of time the answers I get are just bad. They're wrong. They're not working, and it's like it's kind of dog shit. I waste so much time, but then I see everybody on Twitter seems like AI is changing their life and they're building things very fast. But every time I try, it just things doesn't work. Like it's some bullshit. It's like yeah, it just doesn't work. And I waste so much time like debugging whatever AI is giving me. So yeah, it's like once again, it's like yeah, am I doing something wrong or what's going on? Okay, I think I need to stop yapping. Like the video is already pretty long and I'm not really sure what I'm talking about. And I think I'm kind of done with this.